Hey everybody, it's Adam from Tested, and it is another, well, I don't want to say mailbag special, but I have a couple of recent acquisitions from Prop Store of London on this table. As you can see by the telltale certificate of authenticity that Prop Store sends with all of their props, and I'm going to reveal them one at a time. The first one here is this little package, which is unassuming in its bubble wrap, but in fact is a pretty cool thing. You know that I love my space hardware, and unfortunately space movies like Apollo 13 or 2001, any props that show up from those movies tend to be extremely expensive, which makes them hard to collect. However, there is a space movie that came out recently that has some very reasonably priced props because it was also a very reasonably priced film. The film is Europa Report, and if you haven't seen it, while it is flawed, it is clearly a wonderful labor of love by the filmmakers, and it's really, really worth watching. It's absolutely worth going to rent or purchase and to watch. I'm a big fan of the film, and it's absolutely clear they spent a lot of time and love on the sets and the props. And what I have here is a command module power box as part of one of the interiors on Europa Report. Oh, and there it is. Look at this lovely thing. That is just great. This is exactly the kind of love and care that can be seen all over Europa Report. It's got some nice heavy-duty switches. It feels like a piece of NASA hardware. Also got a little temperature sticker in the side, the kind of thing that a piece of military hardware might have, plus a locking bayonet plug for connecting it to power. This is great. This is a lovely piece of space hardware, and I'm proud to add it to my collection. And to be honest, it was very, like I said, reasonably priced. Europa Report, that's number one. Now, number two is weirder by a fair stretch of the imagination. This is from Bad Boys 2. I must admit, I have not seen Bad Boys 2. However, it does, well, it's a certain type of craftsmanship that I think is pretty awesome. It is, there's no way to do this, but just to reveal it. Dun, 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 a severed head. Look at that! Dude, okay, so this is a beautiful silicone and punched hair severed head made for the film Bad Boys 2. Surprisingly, I don't have a lovely example of Hollywood silicone mask making in my collection. What you really can see when you look at this close-up is some beautiful color shading and subtle hair punching for the 5 o'clock shadow on his upper lip, his eyebrows, his eyelashes even done, the milky tint of his dead eyes. I know that's kind of gross, but it's also awesome. Not much effort expended on the bottom here. There's no bloody carcass sticking out. I don't even know the scene this was in the movie, but I kind of want to find this actor, because while I'm really excited to add this piece to my collection, don't you think that the actor should see this piece? Like, if you were a guy whose head was molded and then turned into a severed head, wouldn't you want it? I mean, Vince Gilligan told me that he owns Danny Trejo's severed head. If I was Danny Trejo, I'd also want one. Right? Wouldn't I? Maybe it's just, you know, the collector in me that feels like one should have that sort of thing, especially if one had a severed head made of oneself. This is just a, oh wow, that's creepy. And even there's an inside. Wow, there's an inside. Oh, I'm kidding. There's an inside of the mouth all molded and visible. This is a magnificent piece of work, and again, a lovely thing to add to my collection. I'm just going to put it on a shelf, just like that, just sitting there in the glass, and people are going to be like, what the hell is that? It's going to really add to the creepy atmosphere of my cabinets of curiosities. There we go. That's it. Europa Report command module and a severed head, a small representative sample of the kind of weird and wonderfulness that Prop Store of London has in spades on their website. Thanks, Prop Store. Thanks, Tested viewers. See you guys next time. Does he have nose hairs? He does. Oh my God, they punched hairs into his nose.